Geega putting on her Jalen Brunson jersey at the moment. You know what sucks too is like I've always watched basketball and soccer. I don't talk about it like a ton on stream. I don't talk about sports a lot because I have like stinky gamers being like, sports are stupid. You know, if I bring it up, they'll be like, I never got sports. I'm cooler because I play Diablo or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, so I just won't talk about it much on stream, I guess. And then I'm like, yay, the Knicks won. And then people are like, you don't strike me as the type to like basketball. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, all right. Are they going, oh, suddenly you're a Knicks fan? Like I haven't lived in New York my whole life and we only have one team. Like we've got the Mets and Yankees. So I get people being like, oh, no, you're a Yankees fan or something, right? And we got the Jets and the Giants. So I get people being like, oh, no, you're a Giants fan. But we only have one basketball team, dude. If you want to go see a team regularly, that's the only one. Okay? Yeah, Rangers and Islanders, right? We had two fucking, who has two hockey teams? Like, the Nets. Yeah, well, back in my day. But, you know, but yeah, like it, and then like a weekend like this happens and you could be like, yay, and then you get a bunch of people going, suddenly everyone's a Knicks fan. I'm sorry, but like every New Yorker only watches the Knicks. Like, I don't know how to tell you this. Even on off season, there's a ton of people watching them live and did Wilt Chamberlain score 100 points in 1962? I was usually a fan, though, I will say, of individual players. So, like, I was a Heat fan when, remember when they had LeBron and Wade in, like 2014? Like, I was watching Heat games, you know? Yeah, I was always watching Knicks if I was going to something live. But if it was on TV, I was like, you know, I was following the players more than the teams. And then the only team I really followed was the Knicks because they were here, you know? Everything else was just mostly a per player thing. I actually do like the Spurs, but this season, I mean, coach has got to figure out what the they're doing because they have a bunch of like inexperienced guys and one experienced player. So they were just outplayed at the end of every game, just outplayed like crazy. They just could not, I don't know. They could not get through that comeback. And I think if they had more experienced players, they would have been able to. But yeah, they just couldn't keep it. And I think it's a lack of experience. Fox is their only like longtime guy. Everyone else, they're all like 20-year-olds, you know? I think Wemby might be like 24, maybe? I don't remember. But a lot of the players are like 20, 22, you know? So for them, I think that's what did them in. Fox. I'm going to be honest, everyone loves to put on Fox. Even I did. But I will say, De'Aaron Fox is the only reason they got to the finals. And it's so funny. It's so telling how much people don't follow the game. Because they'll be like, oh, you got to kick out De'Aaron Fox. And I'm like, okay, but if you watch any of the other games, he's the whole reason they got to the finals. Yeah, he shit the bed at the end. Okay, but everything else was like so much him to get them there, and he played really well for almost the whole season except at the end. They should keep him, actually. You know, I don't know, that's how you can tell someone's a LARPer when they're like, it's funny to meme, but when they actually think De'Aaron Fox needs to get gotten rid of, I'm like, you didn't watch. His fumbles were crazy. They were crazy. It's fine to be mad at it, but you know, you can watch highlights from the rest of the stuff and see that he did really well otherwise, and it could be cleaned up. I think him having no other experienced players on the team had him going for shit that he shouldn't go for. Honestly, I think he was making crazy choices because he's surrounded by a bunch of 20-year-olds that don't know what they're doing, you know? Someone said thoughts on Wemby. I think Wemby's fine. I really wish he would put on some weight. It must be so hard at his height, but I worry about, like, legitimately, I think he's so injury prone, and I worry about his ankles, dude, his knees, everything. He's getting tossed around. He's tossing people around constantly. I don't like how much dirty play there is now. Like, there's so much of people elbowing people in the face. I keep seeing people make compilations of Wemby and being like, oh, Wemby's hitting people all the time. He's hitting people. But he kept doing it in retaliation a lot of the time, too. So I just want to point that out. Everyone's been playing really dirty, and I think the refs need to just call it so much more often than they do on all sides. I thought he played clumsy. Well, that too. He kind of looks like when a giraffe gives birth and its baby giraffe is trying to stand for the first time. His knees are like knocking together and shit. You know, he kind of looks like that because he's just so long. He's skinny. But I wish they would find a good way to get weight on him because I feel like his joints are so, I don't know, he looks like he's gonna snap in half, you know? Reminds me of the 90s. Yeah, they really gotta call a lot more fouls. I think Wemby will be fine, you know, he's young, and I think they'll keep him, is my guess. I actually don't know what contract he's currently on. I don't know who's gonna be up for trade after the season and everything, but I think if they keep Fox and Wemby, I think that'd actually be okay. They just need to, I don't know why they kept Fox as you know, their only experienced player, and then hired in like all like 20-year-olds for the rest of the team. Look around anywhere and there's so many of these experienced players carrying their teams. You need like 2 or 3 people in there that know what they're doing. They literally only have Fox. So I don't know, Spurs gotta do something about that. Yeah, they're trying to like, ooh, we build the future, but I don't know. Maybe just a money thing. Maybe just a money thing, I guess. Fox sucked. Hey, LARPer. He only sucked right at the end, and he was amazing up until then and got them to the finals. LARP alert, help, I've LARPed and I can't get up. Uh-oh. Who's everyone rooting for this World Cup? Oh, yeah, is anyone checking out the World Cup? Bro, the trains were crazy. When it was like time for everyone to head out of this. So I don't know why so many people are staying in Manhattan for the World Cup. Like, just get hotels closer to the stadium and Uber or some shit. My God, so many people staying in like Midtown Manhattan and trying to take the trains out to like North Jersey to the stadium where they have the World Cup going on right over there. And I'm like, brother, just holy fuck, don't shit up the city. There's so many people, and they're leaving in the afternoon. You know, they're leaving in the afternoon. It's the middle of the afternoon. You think it should be okay. There's so many people in the station, and I was like, what's going on? Ugh, it was crazy. Japan versus Netherlands, best game so far. I think Germany will win it. Yeah, who's your prediction? Some games I have to catch up and rewatch. I'm just gonna watch highlights of some of them because I don't have the time to watch every single game. It's gonna be impossible. The Scots enjoying Boston is a particular highlight for me. I think Boston's a good city for visiting, honestly, if you don't want like the loudest trip ever. Yeah, Boston's really nice, and I think if you are from Europe, you would enjoy Boston. It's a little more familiar to you than like a southern US city, honestly. Apparently the England team's going through just existing. They haven't even played yet. All these people going, you Americans don't know summer until you experience a wet European summer. It's harder here in England. And I'm like, are you go to the southern US, dude. Go to Texas and tell me summer ain't tough. Go. And now they're all like, they're dying. And I'm like, yeah, because you live at a high latitude. A lot of the US is at a lower latitude, closer to the equator than you are. And plenty of areas are very damp and humid. Like, I don't know. They could just look at a map and surmise. Like, I don't know why they argue stuff that makes no sense. Argue something that you have even an inch of stake in, you know? I don't know why that didn't play. You said, y'all think my great grandma who lived in the swamp with no AC doesn't know what hot is? Yeah, they will like type stuff like that on the internet. I don't know. Since when is there summer in Great Britain? That's what people are saying. I don't know why everyone wants it to be the suffering Olympics. They're like, I want you to know that I actually have it the worst and I don't know what true suffering is. Like, they think that makes them cooler. No one gives a I have experienced more heat than you in my life. Okay, what else have you done? Like, you know, it's just one of those things where like, I don't know why they care so much. Or I saw them saying that Americans don't know what cheese is, and I was like, they're like, they think that we only have Kraft singles, and they're like, you don't know what real cheddar is, and I'm like, do you know how much cheddar we import from the place where cheddar comes from in England, and it's available at like a lot of normal ass stores, like it's here. What? I keep seeing them talk about cheese and saying that cheese. You know what real cheese is, and I'm like, got one of the biggest dairy industries here. And then they'll be like, it's not the same unless it's produced here. And I'm like, first of all, we can just replicate it. It's not that hard. But second of all, we also do import it, and it is everywhere. It's in tons of stores. What are you saying? Mexico and Korea got me nervous, but I think Mexico can pull off a 2-1 win. I'm cheering for Korea. Korea really cares about their soccer teams. They really, really, really do care about their soccer teams. They've got a lot of Korean players that have gone to play on other teams throughout the world because they produce good players there. So I think it'll be nice, but I also think it'd be cool if Mexico wins. I like both teams, so we'll just see who takes it. But good games to watch, I think, from what I've seen so far. I don't think Mexico will take it, but I think I'm just gonna root for Mexico this time around. I think Mexico, Korea. 20 years ago, Korea got StarCraft players to hype up World Cup players. They do like World Cup cheering songs from idol groups all the time. I remember there's one throwback from a long time ago, but there was one World Cup where Super Junior made a song called Victory Korea, and it was like played everywhere. You could not go anywhere without hearing that song. It was so annoying, and I can hear that song in my head. It was everywhere. Can we keep showing Koreans Mexican food? I'm loving the culture exchange. It should go the other way too. I mean, well, they both like things that have some spice to them, have a lot of like juicy meats thrown in. They like things that are sour or tangy, and mixing that together. So it's like, you know, same DNA, different ingredients. So of course they would like each other's food, you know? Same way if you're European and you're like from one of the countries that goes for, you know, meat and cheese, and you like just really savory, rich stuff, you're gonna like Mongolian food, because what's Mongolian food? Meat and cheese and very savory stuff, right? Like different ingredients but same DNA. That's just how it goes, man. We do. It's called K-Town in LA. Yeah, but they're talking about people that are from those countries. The whole point is that people are traveling right now. We're not talking about Koreans in K-Town being like, I've never had a taco. Yes, you have if you live in LA. Though I will say Tex-Mex way better than Mexican food in LA overall. If you're southern SoCal, pretty good. But closer you are to the border, always better. That's my personal take. I don't mean Tex-Mex like mid-northern Texas. I'm talking about like South Texas, okay? But that's what I think. That's what I think. I think the food is still good in LA, but you gotta go further south if you want it to be better. San Antonio Tex-Mex has got tier. I'm telling you, the San Antonio, I had to go there a bunch for work a long time ago. I'm telling you, man. You eat Mexican food there versus LA, I think San Antonio wins it. I just think so. And I've been everywhere everyone suggests. I've been to the holes in the wall. I've been to, oh, this is this legendary place you gotta go to. Okay, but I'm telling you, San Antonio and like San Diego, way better than Mexican food in LA.